Let's look at a movie. Redbelt is a very good but very convoluted film about a subject that it isn't about and in a genre that it also really isn't. This would all be confusing until you realize that it was written and directed by acclaimed playwright and filmmaker David Mamet, who is known for being anything but conventional and predictable. So even though it looks and feels like just another martial arts movie that builds toward a cliche ending of the final showdown in which the stoic hero prevails, it is much more than that. In fact, in the right hands, any one of its many subplots could be made into a fine film all on its own. The story begins at night in a martial arts school in Los Angeles where owner Mike Terry is teaching a class in Brazilian jiujitsu, and he uses a training exercise in which two students fight each other, but one of them is given a handicap as determined by having drawn a black marble. A distraught woman named Laura comes in out of the rain looking for help, but an unfortunate accident causes everything to turn serious. Then one of the students, a police officer named Joe Ryan, makes the decision not to report the accident because in the tradition of the samurai code and the philosophy of jiu-jitsu that Mike teaches, Joe doesn't want to bring dishonor to the academy. Earlier, Mike told his students there is always an escape, and that advice should be remembered in light of everything else that happens. Mike and his Brazilian wife Sandra are now short of money, and so Sandra asks Mike to go ask her brother Bruno for a loan. Bruno owns a nightclub and is a fight promoter. While Mike is at the nightclub, a fight occurs between a patron and a movie actor named Chet Frank, played by Tim Allen. Mike breaks up the fight and gets hurt in the process. Out of gratitude, Chet invites Mike and his wife to dinner at his mansion, and thus begins a downward spiral of deception, false promises, and backstabbing that draws everyone to the conclusion within the conclusion. Redbelt contains something for everyone and is always interesting. The story is all in the beginning, and the rest is just fleshing out the details for fans of just about everything. I'm Dan Culberson, and this is Hot Shots.